players ever to pick up a cue, I would say, in my humble opinion.
The other two obviously being Hendry and O'Sullivan.
Yeah, correct.
In no particular order, although I personally think that rating all-time great is a very difficult thing, but you know an all-time great when you see one.
Okay, whenever you're ready. The first frame, just trump to break.
Well, let's hope the final is just as good as when they played earlier today. Higgins won 3-2 from 2-1 down. Trump made breaks of 83 and 62. Higgins made 89, 57 and 100.
Well,
one.
In and out, up and down.
What a strange reaction that was. Saw the ball jump up and then the pocket net bulged. We'll get a better view here.
I like it. And perfect on the blue.
Is that an omen?
6.
Now will he go high on the blue and straight into the reds?
7.
Show his hand straight away, show his intent. I think it's the shot. Try and open the reds up, possibly open the black up and pink up at the same time. Not too low on the right, maximum acceleration. Don't miss the blue. Yeah, well, he's hit that really well, controlled it really
12.
well. He's been unlucky. If he's not on something, he couldn't have hit that any better. Absolutely flush on the pink. Yeah, and he's on it, so pink and black still tied up, so not a great chance, even though the reds are nicely positioned. Like a strange little practice routine this, all the reds in a line.
So experienced, of course, Higgins, that
80.
there aren't many table configurations he hasn't encountered.
$90.
Yeah, I think if John's going to win this final, he can't let these visits go to waste.
24.
He's got to turn them into frame winning visits. Not easy to keep getting the right side of the blue.
25.
But most professionals would practice this sort of routine.
John Higgins undefeated in a winners group final. In 2017, he beat Ryan Day 3-0. That was at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry, where the following year he successfully defended the title, overcoming Zhou Yulong 3-2.
31.
And then last year, here at the Morningside, he made a simply exquisite 88 break in the deciding frame to beat Stuart Bingham 3-2. In contrast, Judd Trump has lost in a couple of Championship League finals. 2012 to Ding Junhui, 3-1. And in the ranking event version of this tournament, to Kyron Wilson in 2020.
Yeah, pretty impressive though from both, but Judd to have been in 6 finals.
Okay. 36.
Yeah, just underlines what a phenomenal player he is, because this format is unforgiving.
This has been a good start from John. Now the pink is free, so doesn't need to screw all the way back for the
41.
blue. Definitely makes this next red a lot easier. Also, not as much pressure on it where the remaining balls are positioned. Yeah,
42.
straight in the middle of the pocket though. Struck it lovely. I was speaking to John before tournament started on the first day, and he was saying he's taken a bit off his cue, shortened it up a little bit, feels a lot more confident in amongst the balls with it, so
48.
and it certainly showed off. He's been knocking in the big breaks and centuries
49.
over the last couple of days. And this looks like it's going to be another frame winning visit. Already 49. Pink will be 55. The red at the top of the pack will go. Now I think he's just thinking, shall I leave myself high on this and try and open the reds and black up? Probably not the best plan of action with a 55-point lead.
$55. 56.
It's 56. Pink will be 62, so we'll only need one more red. For a very quick kill in the first frame.
62.
Yeah, no heroics here, just make sure of the pot.
Isn't it amazing?
John Higgins.
When that shot is missed,
66.
so often it's overcut.
Yeah, no. Although Judd can't see the red over the pocket, I think this could be a good opportunity for him to just run into the 3 reds and black and open them up and leave the red safe. Yeah, I think he could have gone a little bit harder than that even. But at least he has loosened them up slightly. Now, well, Higgins doesn't really want to move the red off the side cushion, but he's got an opportunity to clip off that one and run down towards the green pocket.
When you think playing safe in snooker, you think being conservative, but sometimes when it comes to playing safe, you have to take a risk. Higgins doing so here, needs cover.
1.
And he didn't get it. Now, when he went into the 3 reds, Trump, he did free up the black, which comes in useful right now.
Yeah, has to get the black, otherwise it's snooker's required, but in it goes now. When the black gets spotted, does the red at the bottom of them 3 reds pop?
Eight.
Black spot occupied. Worse still, the only spot that isn't is the yellow.
9.
But he does have enough latitude to pop pinks.
Yeah, now does the top one go there? If the top one goes, it should be a simple stun down. If not, he's going to have to make something happen. Just having a quick look now. Hasn't got the best angle on the pink either to force the cue ball out anywhere. But they're the sort of shots that Judd makes look ridiculously easy.
50.
Now, I'm not convinced he can pot this one, Phil, I'll be honest. In it goes, and freed the other red. So 46. Can't really afford to take the blue.
What a clearance this would be. Still loads of work to do. But this could really set the tone.
$23.
Oh yeah, this would hurt. Now if he could knock this red out in such a way where he could leave an angle to get onto the black. Yeah, just wanted it a fraction thicker, but he's back in the frame.
29.
He thought he'd almost certainly lost a couple of minutes ago.
Yes, instead of nudging that red, he flicked it. Always difficult playing a double like that when you're concentrating very hard on position. Trump tried his hardest, but it wasn't good enough. Higgins breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah. I mean, you live and die by the choices you make, and it hasn't gone in, so it's cost him the frame. Yeah, those doubles, they're so much easier to judge when you can play them hard. But if he'd got it, he'd probably won the frame, so...
3. $5.
On more than one occasion over the last couple of days, John Higgins has had his back pressed firmly against the wall. He lost his first 5 frames in the group. Beaten 3-0 by Kyron Wilson, then was 2-0 down.
12.
Next outing against Stuart Bingham before coming back to win 3-2.
17.
The Kyron Wilson semi-final just moments ago. Didn't score a point in the first 2 frames, didn't pot a ball. But he just kept plugging
23.
away.
$30 on the first frame.
And now the veteran is 2 frames away from overall victory. Judd Trump trails John Higgins 1-0. 256 hopefuls go into action over 6 days. When an irresistible force meets an immovable object, something has got to give, but nothing is given yet. Final of a matchroom promoted tournament, the majors in the game.
End up on the wrong end against an opponent of this quality. Not quite as close as it's been for him in the last couple of rounds.
The 478th match of this terrific tournament in Fulda. John Higgins has spent a lifetime, a career, winning. He hasn't won a tournament, though, since this event
The second frame.
12 months back. Before this event last season and after it, he suffered some crushing disappointments. But he never stops slugging away. Never waves the white flag, and that's been in evidence in this group.
Yeah, and you never hear him have a bad word for snooker, for the game that's brought him so much success and love. Obviously he's disappointed when he loses, like everyone is, but just gets back on that horse, tries to put it right.
Yes, he's very angry when he loses. He hates it. But most of the time, he's self-critical. Doesn't blame external factors. Obviously, if they come into play, he would. But most of the time, he's quite happy to have a go at himself.
Yeah, and I think that's why the players respect him so much. He doesn't blame anyone, blame anything, apart from his own performance.
One.
That's ironic, how he wishes he'd done that on the last red in the previous frame.
I was just thinking the same thing. Played it exactly the same way, just dropped it in.
I'm so pleased it's this final, though. It just seems entirely fitting.
Yeah. Yeah, we said that this morning when we were watching them. It could quite easily be these two in the final.
$30.
17 previous meetings in the Championship League between these two. Higgins has won 10, Trump's won 6, and there's been one draw. That's how long these two have been playing each other. The draw came in 2009 when it was a slightly different format. Now he's got a good angle on blue here.
Yeah, he likes the shot where often he can play like pot a ball, screw off the reds, open them up and back out into the open. Does Judd. Normally plays this shot very well. Let's see if he can this time. Yeah, well, he's got the pot, but didn't get the right hand side on the ball to screw the white out into the open. When it's hit the cushion, he was hoping that was going to zip up the table.
Pink ball.
Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't want to go enough. Oh!
Just trumped 20.
How did that not fall?
Well, it's worked out a treat because I think Higgins might be angled on certain reds.
That is in. How has that not gone in? How did that not drop?
I think that's what they call life on the edge.
And red absolutely hanging over the middle pocket if the white had gone in off for Higgins. Well, what's he picking out here? Well, he's attempted the plant there, and that is disastrous.
The table suddenly has measles, red spots everywhere. And I think for Higgins, there's no way he's going to get back to the table. I'd be very surprised. Be very surprised indeed. It's just connecting the dots.
Yeah, I think
8. 9.
could probably just set these up now for the let's get cracking on frame 3. This looks over.
$40. 50.
Well, just as we say that is not a good shot. Luckily for Trump, he had something else sitting there, but that was a little careless.
70. 80.
'Yeah, with the Reds' position where they are, it's one of those strange occasions where it doesn't really matter where you finish, you'll be on a ball. Even there, that's not what he played.
23.
But he's still got a straightforward red into the corner.
24.
He's been the pick of the bunch, there's no doubt about it in the winners group this time, Judd Trump. He's played 7 matches, won 6, only defeat against the man who's now his opponent. He's here with the steadying influence. His brother, Jack, younger brother, who's a remarkable sporting
27.
talent. Scratch golfer. And he won the English under-13 and under-15 snooker titles as well.
Wow.
It's wonderful to have talent in one sport, let alone 2, and he was very good at both.
34. 35.
Yeah, I remember Judd when he was just a little nipper. How good he was as a kid. Absolutely phenomenal talent.
42.
One of his greatest achievements Forget the professional game for a moment. He won the
43.
English Under-15 Championship when he was 10. And he's won this frame. It was just a matter of millimetres
50.
that the cue ball stayed on the table. How it didn't drop, we can't quite fathom out, but it
51.
didn't. Higgins messed up his next shot, and from that moment it was quite clear it was going to take a bad miss for Trump to leave the table, and he's not missed.
$58.
Yeah, I was still trying to work out how Foldsy lost that frame after making 8-2, and now I'm trying to
59.
work out how that wide didn't drop as well. My head scrambled.
Well, I told you earlier on about the 80 break from Neil. I'm only allowed to mention it once a year, so I can't even talk about it.
I can.
67.
By potting the pink and then clearing the colours, Trump will make what would be his 4th century of the group.
Yeah, I think
73.
that would, if my memory serves me correctly, put him one away from 900.
75.
I wonder if he knows he's that close to 900.
$78. $82.
How long's he been a pro? Judd Trump, Phil?
Well, he's only 33 years of age, so 17 years.
900 centuries in 17 years.
87.
Yeah, actually turned pro in 2005,
93.
so almost 18 years a pro, but it's still very impressive.
100.
As is
on
the
frame.
snooker we're
Good shot.
seeing in the final of the Bet Victor Championship League Winners Group. Judd Trump with a century draws level at 1-1. Hopefuls go into action over 6 days. When an irresistible force meets an immovable object, something has got to give, but nothing is given yet. Final of a matchroom promoted tournament, the majors in the game.
End up on the wrong end against an opponent of this quality. Not quite as close as it's been for him in the last couple of rounds.
The 478th match of this terrific tournament in Fulda. Judd Trump, you were definitely correct. Peter Lyons has now made 899 centuries. David Hendon, the keeper of the centuries, has just confirmed to me that is the figure. So he needs one more to join Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins as a member of the 900 Club.
Well.
And the way he's playing, who would bet against it? Terrific second frame, terrific response to the first.
Yeah, but a game of fractions. If that ball drops in the corner, he's probably 2-0 down. But yeah, he's just so good, so relaxed. His ratio of frames to centuries is absolutely, it's just astronomical.
John coming back into the arena.
The third frame. Judd trump to break.
Basically, the tournament now is best of 3.
John knocked this red in first time. I'm not sure he can see it this time. He's having a look around the back of the black though, so maybe he can, or was he just checking to see if that red would pass into the middle pocket for the, yeah, for the dump shot. Although he's caught it a little bit thin and may have left it up into the corner. Caught that a little bit thin.
If he can pot this and get position, he will not be shirking.
One.
Not just on the blue, on the correct side of the blue.
Yeah, perfect. Superb control. No thought of missing.
One little note, by the way, the century we've just seen from Judd Trump was the 24th in total in this group. So the winners group, unsurprisingly, has provided more centuries than any other this season.
6.
Yeah, some serious break builders on display today. Who's had the most in the group? Is it Higgins?
Higgins with 7.
7?
Seven.
Yeah, disappointed with that one. He thought he might knock the red out of the way as well and leave the black off the cushion. Yeah, and could quite have easily played that with deep screw and screwed it right out, so probably just got to bite the bullet now and play a good safety shot. Not sure the blacks were any value apart from the 7 points. Suppose he could just tuck up behind the black off this red now and open the black up, but can't see him getting any reward from that. Surely he's not having a dip in the middle pocket with it, is he? Oh, I'm not sure about that one, Phil.
No, because it didn't seem as though he could get the contact on the black full enough to knock it over to the right hand side, which he wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that was just a little bit of frustration from Judd at his previous shot. I don't think there's much damage done though, but you never know. Yeah, just the safety from Higgins. Yeah, quite a clever shot from John, covering the red he's just played on the side cushion, forcing Judd into opening the reds up. That's a pretty good response from Trump. Little shake of the head, still a little bit frustrated. John Higgins is normally pretty good at these shots to nothing. And there goes another. And a kiss to go with it.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? When you play those shot to nothings, when they go in, you want them to be on something. And then, of course, you're reliant on a kiss on a ball colour, which, in that instance, Higgins got. That's choices.
Yeah, no need to go into the reds. There's 2 or 3 options. The black is open.
Three.
Now, does the one to the left of the pink go through the gap? Yeah. Flies in.
Four.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. Bit the cue ball round, just arced it round the
Nine.
brown, but overhit it slightly. I just kept on running and running, Phil.
Which is my cue to say well done to all of the table fitters involved in this tournament this year, because it's an awful lot of work. They're very lengthy days, and from day one, conditions have been excellent. We've had a few big bounces on a couple of occasions, but generally speaking, the tables have played very nicely.
Yeah, and I think this has worked out perfect for John. To be able to pot that and free the pink, that is a right bonus. Judd is paid the price for going for that risky red in the middle pocket, although it didn't directly cost him next shot. Left John the chance to play a good safety. I think that's probably what Judd should have played. The reds have got nicely open as well now for Higgins. He pots this red and gets the black back on its spot as well. It's really going to open the game up.
There is more riding on this for Higgins than Trump. Of course, Trump badly
60.
wants to win it. But for Higgins, it's reaffirming that he's a winner after so many disappointing defeats in finals. And also,
17.
it would seal his place in the Champion of Champions. As yet, he hasn't qualified. Trump has.
Yeah, I think the first one's more important though for John. You know, proving that you can win on this big stage is the thing everybody wants to do.
$24. 25.
Yeah, just keep the cue ball under control.
32. $33.
And this would be a landmark for him as well, were he to go all the way and lift the trophy. It would be his 50th professional title.
Phenomenal.
$40.
Most players set out just wanting to lift one title.
$41.
That, of course, is individual titles. He's won World Cup for Scotland. But just on his lonesome, it would be 50.
Yeah, I remember when he won the World Team Cup with Maguire, was it, I think?
Well, all those years back in the mid-90s, it was the dream team, wasn't it? Higgins, Hendry, McManus.
Yeah, yeah. I remember how much it meant to him though I remember seeing him and seeing how much it meant to him representing Scotland and winning it with Maguire recently. Before the COVID, and it was good to see. Playing for your country. Such an honour at any sport.
$54.
Yeah, that was some team back in the day. Higgins, Hendry, McManus.
$55.
So the black would put him 48 in front. One more red. And any colour, barring the yellow.
62.
Yeah, and I don't think there'll be any slip-ups here.
$63.
So Judd gonna have to have to take the last two frames.
As Higgins did against him in the round-robin phase of the winners' group earlier today.
Yeah, no heroics. Just get the black in. 56 in front,
70.
51 on. Just have a little pop at this red into the yellow pocket probably.
$71.
Yeah, no problem.
$78.
Silky pot, this. Higgins, normally a very proficient doubler of a ball. That one didn't go in, but it didn't matter. A break of 78, and Higgins re-establishes the lead, this time at 2-1. He needs one more to be crowned Bed Victor, Championship League winner of 2023. 26 hopefuls go into action over 6 days. When an irresistible force meets an immovable object, something has got to give, but nothing is given yet. Final of a matchroom promoted tournament, the majors in the game.
End up on the wrong end against an opponent of this quality. Not quite as close as it's been for him in the last couple of rounds.
The 478th match of this terrific tournament in Fulda. John Higgins has enjoyed his fair share of success in the Championship League and also around the world on tour against Judd Trump. Will the two collide tonight and see the Scot lift the trophy?
He's been a bit fortunate there. Johnny's brought the red down the table and covered it with the brown, and also covered the red to the left hand black pocket, so Judd's in a bit of trouble here. I'm going to play a slight swerve just to get to this red. Yeah, he's played it as well as he possibly could have done, but he has left a red into the right middle pocket. Not a lot of risk on it. Almost certain to leave Judd in if he doesn't knock it in, but also a lot of reward if he does knock it in.
One.
Now, it was all in a split second. He hit that red, he was convinced it was in. Then there was a brief doubt, but he was okay.
Yeah, and look how confidently he played it. That's how well he believes he's striking the ball. Everything dead still.
5.
Giving himself first chance in this frame.
6.
Seeing that replay, the reason there was doubt is because the red was right in the middle of the pocket. Then it just slightly veered off to the left, only in a tiny way, but enough to spook Higgins, but it was okay in the end, unlike his attempted split there.
11.
Yeah, the pack was so tightly packed together that needed a little bit more power than that, I'm afraid. Just didn't quite give it enough to get a few balls moving. So a reprieve for Judd.
John Higgins 11.
This match just had a feeling that it was going all the way at the start. So evenly matched, these two. Now then, can John get the cue ball under the baulk cushion or behind the green and brown? Or can he
What?
pull out another shot to nothing and go behind the green and brown? He's so good at that type of shot, Phil.
Yes, and this could be absolutely fiendish, the snooker he lays here. Not as though all of the reds are clustered together. Trump has got problems.
Yeah, big problems. Knows any shot now could be his last. He has got a bit of leeway because the black is blocking the right hand pocket, but can he find a route to land on one on the black cushion, or is he going for the... Has it got enough pace? Has it got enough pace?
Foul and a miss. John Higgins
shot.
4.
Struck 5 cushions with that attempted escape, but not a single red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think John Higgins has just walked down the table for nothing there. I think he knew that was going back. Just wanting to get his steps in for the day.
Judd. Okay. Yeah. Come.
Listen, when you play in these championship leagues, you get your steps in.
Yeah, it's the same shot. Same
Foul
outcome.
and a miss. John Higgins 4. Yeah.
Doesn't want to... I mean, he's got to be really careful that he doesn't give too many points away, but also he can't afford to leave John Higgins a red when he gets in, because the reds are open, the black's hanging over the pocket. These are key moments for Judd. He's hit this one a bit harder. Now, is it going to get there? It has, but there's a couple of reds into the middle pocket.
Higgins stalking around the table, attempting to steady himself. He fully appreciates the importance of this one.
Oh, it was close. I think he's played it in a way, though, to not leave anything should he miss it. Hedged his bets a little bit. Unlike his previous red into the middle, where he just fully committed to it and put it straight in.
Yes, and playing it like that, the margin of error was even smaller than normal. He did catch quite a lot of the near jaw. I think even at slow pace it wouldn't have gone in.
Is Judd trying to get him in behind the black? No, down the table. Yeah, I think it's imperative now, though, for Judd that he pots the next ball. That wasn't a good shot from John. He caught the first red too thin, which then meant he collided into other reds. Now, is there any damage done?
1.
Well, there's your answer. That has been crunched in. Now then, will he take the yellow one?
Your trump 1.
He's known as a very aggressive player, but he's also a very smart player. And that made total sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. I think if John just plays down this left-hand side, nothing goes towards the right-hand pocket, so I can't really see him, unless he leaves that red into the green pocket, leaving much here. Although that is very unlike John Higgins. And I think he has left a red into the middle, red into the green pocket, the same red.
And the concerning aspect for Higgins is that during this group, Trump's been potting these balls to a distant baulk pocket at a very regular clip, although that one was miles away. One of the worst shots he's played over the last 2 days.
Yeah, he knew as soon as he was delivering the cue that he'd missed it. He was up on the shot very quickly. Yeah, he's not happy.
He's fallen foul of John Higgins so often. World Final 2011, Shanghai Masters Final the following year. Lots of other big matches.
One.
Now, at times in this final, players have come to the table with the balls beautifully situated. You can't say that here. Work will be considerable. But Higgins will fancy it.
Yeah, already 20 points in front. If he can just chip away at the lead and then hopefully get himself into a position where he can develop something. He'd love to be able to pot this red above the pink, because that could, screwing off this could open up those 4 or 5 balls.
5.
Yeah, no. That, he's not played that very well, I don't think. Because nothing really goes into the right-hand pocket where the black is.
Under pressure.
10.
That was quite excellent, actually.
Yeah, that was one of his best shots of this final. To force that round off 2 cushions, that needed to be cued perfectly. Now if you can play this cannon right and leave the pink into the middle pocket, something like that, it could be the beginning of the end. 30 in front, 36. He's going to be 50 in front here before he has to play any sort of a cannon.
These two met in Group 4 of the tournament.
7-6.
Trump made 3 centuries. He was brilliant. But Higgins came back, won Group 5 to secure his spot over the last couple of days here. He's made 7 centuries. He's looked like his old self. And now he's closing in on his 50th professional title.
Yeah, he's got to stay positive. He's got to not let those doubts that have crept into his game get in his head at this stage.
18.
Just keep playing the way he's played to get in this position. Yeah, that was a good shot. It was fairly tight, that pink. Now then, I think he's just one
24.
good shot away from winning this final.
$25.
Now the red just below the black spot will pot, but I think he'd love to be able to get on the red just below the black and somehow roll that in, come off the cushion, cannon the red away from the black, and it's match over. And that looks just about inch perfect.
30.
Just stun this out now. Cannon the red away from the black. And it's job done. Oh, he's missed the cannon, Phil.
32.
How's he missed the cannon?
Just got into the cue ball slightly too much. The adrenaline maybe kicked in.
Look at this, it looks unmissable. Oh. Wow.
The white gripped too early.
Yeah, so one more chance for Trump. Well, one more shot, not necessarily a chance. And because he hit it so hard, he's not got on the pink either. .51 in front,
Green
67 on. It's got to be green on the side cushion, white on the baulk cushion.
John Higgins, 32.
And that's another attribute of Higgins over the years. He's always been a really good defender of leads like this.
Yeah, I think Judd's going to get one shot here to try and get himself out of trouble. And that's pretty good. In fact, that's very good. Yeah, this is where John now has got to stay super positive. He's got to forget about what's just gone on, not see problems, just keep playing the way he's been playing. This is tricky though, because he doesn't want to bring the black into play. He can't afford to leave Judd any sort of shot. And he definitely didn't want to bring the green off.
Yes, Higgins put that green on the side cushion for a reason. The fact it's coming to open play is very much in Trump's favour.
Yeah, a little bit of cat and mouse now, just trying to force John to bring the black out. John trying to defend it. I think if that red pot's though below the black now, it's kind of irrelevant, because the black is going to come out anyway when somebody pots the ball. And now all of a sudden it's a frame winning chance.
That's what they call in 9-ball pool, kicking stick. Hit the cue ball into the cushion, and it stays roughly in the area you want it to after making contact with the object ball. That white actually travelled a little to the side, but this is going to be some pot if he knocks it in.
Needs it to travel, and isn't it amazing how it does?
Winning is never easy. Getting over the line has been a real issue for John Higgins, and characteristically so in the last couple of seasons. The gods of snooker are not making things simple for him right now. Had that red travelled another inch or two, the engraver could have started working. But what a gem. What a gem.
Yeah, that's a nice little shot, although there's a chance for Judd. Just play off the side cushion, land on just behind the one closest to the black cushion in the black spot.
Foul.
Oh dear, disaster. He slid past it and he's left it. The only saving grace now, I think, for Judd is that Higgins needs a colour.
Back, yeah.
Hence the decision to have the cue ball put back. Higgins 55 ahead.
Just help us out with this, Judd.
5 reds on the table, so 67 still there.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit surprised though, Phil, because I think if John had potted that red to go 56 in front, the black's tied up, he could have put a colour safe.
Yeah.
The red was almost guaranteed.
Yeah, closer.
So I'm a little bit surprised at that. But we'll soon find out if it was the right decision.
If Trump does miss this snooker again, then Higgins would only need a red.
Well,
Foul.
I was going to say it's very, very unlikely that he'll miss it again, but he has done. Yeah, these are costly points for Judd Trump.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
He can breathe for now, although, how many times have we said this in the 31 years that John Higgins has been a professional? He's got the tactical initiative.
Yeah, can't put a ball safe though, I don't think. Could trickle it towards the side cushion possibly, one of these reds, but won't really be that safe. Yeah, so just opting to nudge it down the table. Now Judd would like to be able to play sort of safety shot in behind the yellow if he could. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It really is amazing how tables that can look really awkward and congested suddenly can open up. If the black gets liberated from the red there, Trump might get the chance to clear up.
Yeah, and if Higgins doesn't catch this right, there's a good chance that could happen here. Got to catch this thin, but not too thin. Yeah, again, that's a pretty good outcome for Higgins. Oh, this looks disaster. Oh, does it?
Well, from here, I would doubt he could get through, but there can be a serious optical illusion. The overhead camera will tell us more. John's reaction didn't tell us a lot.
Yeah, that's where we needed Matt's help. His reaction would have told us everything.
So with a touch of side, Higgins could hit the red, but he certainly couldn't pot it.
Yeah, no. Does he take this pot on? Try and get himself on the brown or pink. Blue, maybe. The pot itself is difficult. Yeah, and I think that is Judd's last shot.
But Higgins has the weight of so many defeats in finals recently on his shoulders. I'm taking nothing for granted.
One.
He'll be feeling so good, but he won't be dropping any guards. No complacency.
Yeah, does the red right at the bottom of these four go? If not, it'll be just take the brown and then safety shot. 2 snookers required if this goes in. Or when this goes in. Now, does it pot?
5.
This is the ball to seal the deal, Phil.
6.
I am so pleased for John Higgins. You can't ever count out the class of 1992. You can't ever count out John Higgins. He's back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, he's played some
11.
superb stuff over the last couple of days. I don't think anyone would be begrudging it, not even Judd.
John Higgins 11. Frame.
Indeed, Judd Trump steps forward. John Higgins officially is the all-time king of the BetVictor Championship League. He's the first player to win this tournament on 4 occasions, and all of those triumphs have come since 2017. He won in 2017 and 2018, and he's successfully defended the title again. 2022, he beat Stuart Bingham. This year, he overcomes Judd Trump in the final. And that means his place in the Champion of Champions, he's booked. He's down at the table having a chat with our own David Hendon. And right now, John Higgins must be feeling golden because he's just won his 50th professional title. Let's go over to Dave to get the champion's reaction.
John, congratulations. This is a very difficult tournament to win. Short matches against top players. What's it like to be the last man standing again?
Amazing, yeah. I played really well the last couple of days. It wasn't looking good. Losing my first match with Kyron 3-0 and then 2-0 down to Stuart. And Stuart then went for a maximum. If he doesn't go for a maximum, I think he was on 56. I've lost my first 2 matches 3-0, 3-0. So there's no way I was going back from that. So luckily enough, I managed to scrape that one, and then I began to play well. So no, I was delighted the way I hit the ball.
It's the 4th time you've won this event. There's something about it that seems to work for you.
No, it's just this. It's good. It's a big tournament in its own right. Now it gets you into Champion of Champions. Probably 4 times it's got me into the tournament where otherwise I wouldn't have been in it. So brilliant to win it, and hopefully it can give me a wee bit of confidence in the season now. Well, the last couple of events.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a quiet season by your standards. Yeah. But do you think this could maybe spark something? There's a big one obviously round the corner in Sheffield.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I got some work done to my cue. Now I know I'm always tinkering with it, but I'm basically going back to my roots, back to when 25 years ago, roughly the same size of cue, and and it seemed to work. I mean, I had a couple of days with it, and then it seemed to have worked, and it's gave me a wee bit more confidence. It's all about confidence, this game, and it's gave me a little bit, so hopefully I can keep it going.
Brilliant. Well done, John. If you just put the microphone down, I'll invite Dave Clayton from the Morningside Arena to present you with the trophy.
Cheers.
What a moment for John Higgins. Back in the winner's circle again, and boy, did he play well. Let's not forget, in the winners group, he made 7 century breaks.